the last question then, and I don't know if this is an easy one, probably not. If you had to give one piece of advice to a company starting a Dynamics implementation tomorrow, what would it be to avoid ending up on the failed project list?
It's difficult to say only one thing, but I would say I have a lot of thoughts about how they can end up on the successful side of things, right? I have a lot of thoughts about that,
Hmm.
including how to look at IT as a strategic thing and how to look at all kinds of stuff that way, right? How to look at it from a business perspective rather than a technology perspective and all kinds of stuff. But if I had to give one piece of advice, I would say do not be afraid to have multiple partners with each of their responsibilities clearly defined. Like we mentioned in the past, if you are building a house, you have a general contractor, but you need plumbers to put the piping in, you need electricians to put the wiring in, and so forth and so on, right? We have done successful implementations together with others where we did the OCM, did the data migration, etc. But they led the requirements gathering and the implementation, the development. And then we have to look at the central project or program management. Preferably, that should not be from the implementation partner either, because that's like having the sheep or the wolf watch the sheep.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to bring in others. Like I mentioned in the past, I work with one of Bill Gates' other portfolio companies up in Seattle some years ago, and they brought in a program management company to manage the whole thing. Then they brought in an implementation partner to take care of the technology, and they started bringing in others that were specialists in other things. It was actually a
Mhm.
quite brilliant concept, and that's the place. I think this happened all the way back in 2003. That's where I learned that an implementation partner does not necessarily have to be a one-stop shop. That's where I learned that, oh, these guys over here, I can close my eyes and see the program manager in front of me, brilliant guy that knew exactly what he was doing, kept everything in check. So that's where I learned that you can have multiple partners in there. The only thing you cannot have is shared responsibility on the project management, program management front. We have seen that fail on a large implementation worldwide, actually, a company headquartered in Germany, later on got acquired by a large US company with 3,000 employees. And they brought in two partners. The first partner they got in was the implementation partner. They also gave them project management responsibilities.
Hmm.
Then they brought in another Microsoft partner to do the project management. That was a mess. It was a meltdown.
I imagine.
Finally, they brought us in to only do program management and organizational change management, and we got them turned around. But that's why I say do not have multiple partners in there with shared responsibilities.
Yeah.
But
Each looks after their own silo, basically.
yes, yes. So do not be afraid to contract multiple different partners in. It's not necessarily going to be more expensive because whether you have program management from this partner or that partner largely equates to the same cost in
Hmm.
the end, or same investment, I should say, because it is an investment in your future of the company.
Yeah.
So having it in two separate companies is not necessarily a bad thing. And if you have that project sponsor and that program management partner that understands to get people to collaborate and speak together, you can have a super successful project by taking that approach and having multiple partners in there.